Okay.
I see that YouTube translation has started.
Yes, we just had some technical problems. Let's say it like that. I am just going live here on the laptop, and then we get
You don't use StreamYard? For StreamYard, it's way
um
easier to
yeah, we changing it very soon.
because we use personally for our streams. I do them quite often with different. We often also stream with Atas.
Mhm.
I did quite a lot of streams, and all of them we do via StreamYard. It's so easy to invite a host. You can limit rights, for example, that someone can make show screen, or you can do it only by yourself. Like quite a lot of good stuff.
Sure. So Yuri, we are live. We are live. Everything works now. So I'm streaming simultaneously to our Discord community. Hope everyone is well and you are able to see the screens, entire screen. Let's go. So,
Awesome.
Yuri, thank you so much for coming here. Hello, the Trading Pit community. We want to do something special today. We know we have a lot of futures traders out there. We have the cooperation with Atas. You can use this awesome tool. And Yuri came towards us and said, I'm trading NQES, the markets, the futures markets for a very long time. I'm using Atas myself. I'm a big believer in that software. And I would just like to give your community the possibility to learn more on how I approach the markets. So Yuri, awesome having you here. Great that you find the time to show us more on how you deal with it. So welcome to the stream.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for invitation. As I told you, I'm a partner of Atas for more than 3 years, and we did it for indexes, for crypto. And at this moment, I would like to share some secrets, especially for those people who trade indexes. Uh, at this moment, friends, in the comments, write please about audio quality. Do you hear us well? And let me start sharing my screen. I would like to share my screen. And what would be today's topic? We mostly talk about how to trade because I would like to make this masterclass super short, but quite a lot of content and a lot of secrets, because my major goal for you to give clear strategies that you could use. And our plan would be so simple. We will cover how to trade indexes. We would start from top to bottom. First, it would be super important to understand context, because uh, if you cannot identify what trend type at this moment, it would be really difficult to use clusters, volume profiles. After that, we need to find key zones. And only after that, we would use some local confirmations as clusters, significant volume, volume profile absorption, and quite a lot of different stuff. At this moment, tell me please, Jan, is everything good in the comments? Does everyone hear us well and see
Yes,
us well?
everything is good. Everything is good so far. Who are you,
Okay, good.
Yuri? Tell us more about you.
My name is Yuri. I'm trader. I trade crypto and I trade Nasdaq indexes. I started my path many years ago. At this moment, my average session it is 501,000 USD profit per session. With my team, we created really good strategies that work on in a range market, in a trend market. We educate people through our school during the last 3 years. Maybe 5,000 people did our education, and our major goal is to grow as a traders, increase volume, and be happy. We do the stuff because we love trading. That you can do it from any place on the planet, and our major goal is to be free. And trading, when you master it, it gives you that freedom. That's why to get that freedom, you need a clear strategy, because without strategy and approach, it would be difficult to trade, because you will have emotional problems, you will have fear and different stuff. And in most cases, you have it because you don't know what you are doing. And only when you have understanding that, yes, that's my approach, that approach have a good statistic, I follow it. Only after that you will have peace inside. Because in trading, maybe the hardest part is to find peace inside. Those of you who quite bigger period of time, you know what's when you have loose streak, you start thinking that your strategy is bad, you need to change to something. And our major goal is to help you fix it. Let's start with a strategy once more. What about comments? Everyone here as well as all good. Awesome. When we start our trading, we often with my team we build such beautiful pyramid because this pyramid will help you to build good structure, because pyramid it is the most stable structure on the planet. And our pyramid of trading, it is context, or we call it trend environment. Like we could call it differently, but context maybe is the best one. Context, it is a type of a trend. Why it so matter? Because let's go to our beautiful ATAS platform. Why context is so important? Because when you have, for example, beautiful trend day, the worst thing that you would like to do is to look for some reversal, something like that. When you have a trend day, your major goal would be to follow the trend. When you have a range day, your major goal would be to be in a range until there would be a clear breakout. Because statistically, the worst thing what you can do is to look for range breakout until it actually happens. Because sometimes range could be for really long period of time. Example for you, how range day looks like. It is when price rotate around volume profile. How many of you understand what's volume profile? Write please into a chat that how many of you ever used volume profile, friends? Because why volume profile matter? Because volume profile will show to you what exactly going on inside, how volume develops. Example for you this day, it was this beautiful day. You can see this stuff, exactly this stuff, this yellow and gray stuff, it is a volume profile. This yellow stuff, it is a value. It is where 70% of volume during session traded. If you see that price, these candles, these white candles, if you see that price moves around value, it is a ranging day. And your major priority would be during such days is to look for short at range high and for long at range low. That will give you the best probability and maximum risk reward. When you have a trend day, example for you like this one, beautiful trend day, like this one. Your major goal would be to follow the trend until clear breakout happens. Because often trend day could look like this one. It is maybe the best example of a trending day. When price started rise, it is US open is exactly here. It is US open here. And after that, you can see price only continue. And your attempt to find a reversal would end with many stop losses. How we identify a trend? That's really important question. We do it within, we use two tools to identify it. First tool, it is of course a volume profile, because when you have such things that calls a composite volume profile. What's a composite? It is when you unite profiles of several days together. Example for you, let me show to you this example. Like here, when price break out from composites, often it start and create a trending day. Or if price came back into such composite, it often also create a trending day. When you have that price day open within previous day value, often it creates a range. Example for you, even yesterday, my trading plan was that I shared within community. My major plan was like it was yesterday. We did a trade. I will show to you the trades that I took within a few minutes. And you can see that yesterday we had opening inside of previous value. Once more value, it is this yellow stuff. That's why by math expectancy, with bigger chance, you will have a ranging day, and you can take a trend move only when the actual breakout happens, like it was here. That's why, once more, context is the most important. Because when you understand the context, you will find key areas. When you don't understand the context, nothing would help you. That's the first part of a puzzle. Jan, ask please in the chat, is it what are our people? Is it good for them? From 1 to 10, friends, rate please how the stuff is clear for you. Maybe you have questions regarding context.
I just wrote also here in the Zoom. Just let us know if everything is clear. So, I mean, we summarize this with, you looking at the daily context when you do your preparations. You want to go with a trend. If you take a range, waiting for the liquidation event to trade the opposite move. Anton is happy. He understands everything. That's good. So what is the next? What is the next point that you're looking for Yuriy? When there are questions, I will just let you know.
Okay.
So starting with the context.
Context, we always start with a context because when you have, as I told you, range day, your priority is to look for trades around key areas. When you have a trend day, your major goal is to follow. After that, when you understand your context, it automatically gives you key zones where you look for a trade. Because if you have a range market, it's obviously that your key areas would be important swing lows, swing highs, important swing lows, swing highs. That would be your priority for key areas where you look for a trade. Because, for example, you have a range market, but you try to take a trade inside of that range. With a bigger chance, you will have stop loss. There must be something huge in depth of market to take it. That's why, once more, in a range, your key areas, it is important swing low, swing high, London, for example, high, Asia high, previous day low. That's where you mainly focus. When you have a trend market, it's a little bit different because on a trend market, there could be no such on a trending market, major difficulty is that there would be no such beautiful levels because sometimes you will have like this beautiful trending day and there is no important key level. And only one thing that we use, it is local ranges and some absorption at those local ranges. I will show within a few seconds examples how we trade a trend market. And on a trend market, the best what we can do with my team, for example, we have a market structure, price rising, and we wait for price to consolidate a little bit. And especially if during that time we see significant sell-off via cumulative delta, which I will show within a few seconds. And we take trade to continue the trend. Because how this stuff works, it's simply by human psychology. When something did significant rise, most of the people look for reversal. Because you think, oh my God, it did so big rise, it took all these key levels, it definitely would drop. No, come on. How this stuff could go on? No, they must reverse. But what happens when you think that they must reverse? They do additional rise range, and after that additional rise and range. That's why your major goal is to find places where people bet against the trend and they show zero results. That's how you take those trending days. Let me show example because that would be last piece of this puzzle. It is local confirmation. Let me show to you local confirmations of a trending market. It would be one of the most beautiful one. It would be exactly here. I made on this trade 250. That's best example for you of a local confirmation. It is third part of a puzzle. We have a trending market. There was significant uptrend. And what price started to do? Price started local consolidation. We can see it by volume profile. And what also we could see that someone takes significant sell-off. As you can see, cumulative delta dropped from 1,000 to nearly zero. Local cumulative delta dropped, and pay attention to this volume profile that built by delta. It is mega negative, and no result. Price failed to break this volume. That's example for you how absorption looks like, because it is a classical absorption. Plus, pay attention to what we have, significant limit orders, because beauty of ATAS, at any moment, we can see where people place significant orders. Let me show it to you. We can see it. We can see this stuff. Entire depth of market, and often in a depth of market, when you will see large limit orders, like this one, 67 contracts. Sometimes that would be 600, and believe me, that would be, if those orders in the right place, that would be significant more. Okay, let's go back to this video record. How you exactly execute your trade when you take such trades? The best what you can do, it is, for example, price create a local range, and when price takes some local lows, and there would be a big delta negative, big negative delta spike. That's exactly the best place when you take long trades, and vice versa for short. For example, you have a downward trend. For example, you have downward trend, price created a range, and you can see that, for example, price take a range high, and here you can see massive positive delta with no result. What I mean by result? If someone buy a lot, in normal cases, they would need to break through. But you see that they failed. It means that someone passively absorbed those buy orders. And they could do it only for one purpose, to continue trend. That's why once more, let's do here. We took a trade. Often I like to take trades before significant limit orders, as it was here. Okay, we take a trade. Here you can see they moved limit order. This white stuff, it is a limit order. They moved it higher. It even better for us because someone pushing the price higher. And here, within a few seconds, you will see this stuff. Skittish. Within a few seconds, that would be skittish. Have a look. Significant order, 469. What this stuff means? It means those guys who built short positions here, what happened to their position when they forced to get out by stop loss?
They buy, huh?
Yeah, they forced to buy back at the worst place.
Yeah.
Because after that, the price did a little bit high and did massive drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine you are swimming in a pool or in a lake, and when you swim, you have no support. But imagine you push your leg on a rock and you push yourself. For you, it would be very easy to do it. You need that support. As Einstein once said, give me a support and I could change Earth rotation. And the same in trading. You need clear volumes that would support your position. And example for you, that's trap traders against a trend. That's honestly, that's my favorite setup because because you have several confirmations. First, you have trend direction. Second, you have sellers who fail to break down. And statistically, trend would continue, and you will have really good, accurate entry point. That's beauty trend continuation. Okay.
When
Is
we
it?
go back, Yuri, yeah, it's very clear. It makes also sense for me as a CFD trader, to be honest with you. But there was one interesting question from Anton, who asked, coming back to the ranges. When is a range meaningful to you? Because the London session doesn't have so much volume. Do you also look for the ranges being built during London, or is only like a range built in the US session important for you, like range highs, range lows, I assume he means.
Mhm. For Nasdaq, I analyze it since opening, and yes, I analyze what's going on also on Asia and London, because in most cases, when you see something like this, when price rotate around VWAP and volume profile, with bigger chance it is a range market. Then you will have, let me show to you several other days. Let's load data for other days, like yesterday here. When we started a day, what we had that price moved around VWAP. That's major priority for a range day, when price moves around VWAP. When you have something like this, let me show it to you. Um, Sometimes, let's do more days. I use volume profile, and also I use a VWAP, because why we also use a VWAP, because often VWAP easily can show to us what's going on with the market. For example, let me show beautiful like this ranging day. When price move around VWAP, our major goal is to follow. That's why yes, we use data before, but sometimes there could be a situation like here. Entire day around VWAP. That's the example for you of a ranging day.
Mhm.
But sometimes there would be a day when you, for example, start a day and you can see that since London, price only above VWAP, and there is no even a one come back below any of VWAP deviation. During that time, you must only follow the trend. Like I use additionally VWAP for those purposes, because VWAP also can show to me that what potentially could be there.
How
But
about your trading times, Yuri? Are you only trading the open New York session and the following minutes, or are you also active in the mornings? How's your
uh,
daily routine looking like?
we trade only US session. My routine, like 31 hour before session opening, I record trading plan for community. And after that, I trade only opening. We don't trade on London or Asia, because our major goal is to make more results with less efforts
Hmm.
and bigger volatility during the session. When session opens, why we analyze session opening? Because have a look on this example. Just compare volume during session and volume during before session opens. Have a look like this one. Let's do 2 days. Yesterday day. Just compare. First hour 4,000 contracts, 10,000, like 2,000 contracts. It is each hour. Uh, During opening, 74,000 contracts, 66, 64, 65. Like difference, not like in 50%, 20%. Difference in like in five, in some cases 10 times.
Yeah, okay, that's insane. So really just 1 hour before the session starts, you take a look for the contacts, as you said, for the key points of volume, I guess, right? Maybe for some of the traders out there, it is also interesting. You mentioned a bit how you use the delta. Um, can you put this in context to your whole trading strategy? What do you really what does delta mean? How do you take the information from that part of your strategy?
Mm-hmm. Okay, just give me 1 second, because I have one important call. Few seconds, please.
Sure.
A few seconds, because I don't understand why people call when I told that I do live stream.
That must be important. How is it looking in the community? Are you guys active in the markets? Are you trading right now when we're coming to the interesting?
Okay, let's come back to your questions. As you said, what's delta? Delta, it's simply a difference between what's going on with the market orders. Like at this moment, in front of your eyes, you can see a footprint. You can see a footprint. It is total contracts, like it is ranking of your candle. Here you have total contracts, and here you have difference between market orders and limit orders. That's what delta showed to us. Why does that stuff matter? Because in some cases, you can understand that someone got liquidated. Example, each stop loss, every stop loss, become a market order. For example, you have some range and price go down and take that range low. And you see, for example, here, minus 300 contracts immediately and really fast. Stop losses cannot be a limit order or buy stop limit, because if you have as a buy stop limit, price go through it and could never fill. That's why stop losses always market orders. And for example, you have a beautiful uptrend and you have price started a range. And each time when price take range low, you see a big negative delta. For you, it's obvious that or some breakout traders try to take short, or people who build long in a range, because there often could be a late bias, because some people could, because of FOMO, could take long exactly at range high. Where would be their stop losses? Just guess. Of course, at range low. Their stop losses, of course, would be at range low. And as market does not create money. Market move money from one hand to another. And when you understand that someone got liquidated and there is no result, it means someone should absorb that volume. Because if you see minus 300 sell orders with negative delta, it means that someone with limit orders absorb it. And you always must you must ask yourself the question: why they did it?
And that is the point where you then would go for the continuation to the upside in this specific case.
Yeah. I can't. Okay, and that's why delta mega important for us, because delta could show to us or mega aggressive buyer, or could show to us absorption. Let me show some live trades records. I recorded here for you several examples. Maybe this one, it is the most beautiful one. I would like to show you how delta during range day can help you understand that there could be potentially absorption. Okay, this trade example, what we have? We have a ranging day. Price moves around value volume profile. We have the most positive delta at high. It means that some people at high, or they build long positions, or it is a short sellers who get out. Doesn't matter, but both good for us. And what's going on? Often, if it is a range, price will go against them to take their stop losses. And what's beauty of this stuff, that you don't need big stop loss. In this case, only 50, 60 ticks would be completely enough. And once more, as I shared for a start for people, context, range, priority. At range high, we look for short. At range low, we look for long. Local confirmation, delta absorption. That's when you have all your puzzles together. You have context, you have key zone, and in that key zone, you have example of that people buy, but there is no result. Like in physics, there must be According to law of physics, the efforts and results. It means normal situation. But according to physics, if there are efforts, but no result, it is anomaly. And that anomaly, it is what we are looking for. That people try to buy, but not result. It means, what this stuff means, that someone with limit orders quietly absorbing those buyers, and often they would go against them because within few seconds explain. Let's cover here. From last part, you can see my execution because I trade micro contracts, and I do it because it's easier to close by parts. Because when you trade a full contract, you cannot like close by parts. When I exit, I always exit mathematically. Like at 1 to 3, I would like to close 20, 25%. Like, and here you can see my limit orders, which I set up, because sometimes there could be a situation that price really fast make poof, significant drop within seconds because some news, and if you don't have those limit orders before, you could miss that profit. I had it many times when price could give me a 3 risk reward, 4 risk reward, and because I didn't have limit take profits, I missed it. And you can see beautiful bounce from this delta, from this key zone. Let me speed up. As you can see, they started to accelerate. I started to close by parts. Close 2 contracts. Here an example. When you can see a significant delta drop. It means those guys, what happened to those guys who built long here? They get out by stop losses. When you get out from your long, what you do? You sell. And that's how you create liquidity, because you must understand what's liquidity actually. Some people do not understand that for market makers, for them it's super important to have liquidity in and liquidity out. And what's liquidity in? Example for you, this absorption, it is liquidity for building in position. Because if you want to build, for example, 10,000 contracts position for short, someone must give you other side. Someone must buy from you because you won't have a position. And such absorption, it is a places where big guys potentially absorb and build position. And after that, they move price into their favor because they understand those long buyers soon, they will have really tough option. Or they average their position, or they get out by stop loss. Or they wait until liquidation, what most of retailers would do. And when those people who built long positions here, when price dropped, they are forcing to sell their long to cover it. And those people who built short positions, they could use those shorts to lock in their profit to buy back, like long. That's how liquidity work. Liquidity for in, liquidity for out. As I told, market, it is a place where money distributed, but not created. It moves from one hand to another. And that's example for you how liquidity creates. Okay,
You've shown a beautiful example now. How do you manage your trade during, like you were showing, you're pulling your limit orders in place. Are you still looking on the volume spikes? Are you still looking for the delta? Is there any game plan through the trade that you follow, or is everything set when you enter? Like for instance, riding certain moves, trailing your stop, these kind of things. Is that also something you work with, or are you really like, this is the range, this is my entry, this is my stop loss, take profit?
First, regarding stop loss, we use mathematical stop losses in most cases. It is 60 ticks, sometimes 100 ticks, depends on volatility. For stop losses, mathematical approach. For take profits, we could also use mathematical approach. It is like 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, and simply math approach. Also, it depends what a market condition, because for example, in some cases you have wide range. For example, you have a range day, and your stop loss 60 ticks, but range could be only 150. In that case, if you take a trade, chances that would be breakout really small, because this range could go on for really long. And in that case, yes, in that case, our target would be smaller. If range normal, it is like 300, better 400. I love ranges with 400 ticks. In that case, I could use simply math, take profit. 1 to 4, it is my favorite. 1 to 4. When you have a powerful trending day, it is only period when it's wise to trail your take profit. You could try to keep it until important key zone. About in some cases, honestly, I also analyze if there's significant volume, and I could get out before major volume, but it is not always a good choice. Example for you, yesterday I took this long, but I took it only on third attempt. Also, people should understand that sometimes it's not so beautiful, because I took long yesterday. I took a first attempt to take long here. Price hit my break even. It's not breaking. It's like 0.3 risk reward. I re-entered again, stop loss again re-entered, and after that only on fourth attempt I took my trade, and I kept that trade because there was a beautiful delta absorption, and it was also a ranging day. Remember first example that I showed to you, they did just beautiful move. They reached range high and did absorption. It is the same stuff, but for long. They reached range low, and they started delta absorption. But instead of making it beautiful, they did additional lower lows. That's maybe the most hardest part, because your plan is good, but they could take you out before actual move happens. I had several situations when they hit my re-entry, and after that moved to all take profits and even more. And let's cover this example. Let's cover this example. They started to move into my favor. I start seeing 200. I did something with ATAS. It was a second. After that, it is continuation of first video. You can see our entry was here. They were close to retested. And at this moment, a significant delta build up. And in normal cases, you could think that it is a range high. Should we get out and take short? Few seconds. Few seconds. And here, what I saw, my apology. And I saw the delta continue building, but price failed to get out. And what I did, of course, I closed my long position by booking 350. But what happened after that? Let me show to you with ATAS what had happened after that. Few seconds. It was exactly here. I closed my long exactly here because I saw this massive delta. But what happened after that? They did this massive breakup. That's why it's super important to pay attention to bigger time frame because that's example for you when because of potential absorption I closed the trade, but it was a mistake, and instead of making 300 I could make 700 with risk 100. I did mistake because honestly, when I opened the trade, I had a plan for a start to keep it. As you can see, even here on the screen, my take profit was at 23,271. But that's example for you when emotional part take place because I saw many times when price did impulse and only after that continue. Like stop loss hunt and after that move. And because I took this trade not from first attempt, I took it only after many attempts and I already had loss. And for me, it was difficult to not to cover profit because in other cases, instead of making some profit, I could even see a minus. And in this case, it's example for you when it was a mistake. But you can see my target because my goal was when I took a trade yesterday, I took the trade here at this range low, as you can see, the swing lows. And my goal was to take the swing high because price in a range. And actually they did it. And that's example for you when absorption inside of a range, in many cases, it could not play out. But when they took the swing high, what they did beautiful drop. That's why it's super important to pay attention to a context. But as I said, it's difficult when you have several stop losses. It's difficult to do. It's very easy to do when you have booked profit, and for you it doesn't matter will it hit take profit or not. You're already in green, and you could keep it. But in those days, it's difficult.
Yeah, very transparent and interesting approach. I do believe that is also like the mental game behind it, right? It's very like on point how you mention it, like you just want to get the losses back and end the day probably break even. But at the end of the day, yeah, the last attempt you took was beautiful for the longs. The breakout happened, the retest happened, right? So it was a
Yeah,
great trade.
that was. And here example for you when like this delta absorption, it is not always it is not guarantee if there are significant deltas there would be reversal because example for you here it was 23:20. It is the East European time, GMT plus 3 or UTC plus 3. And you can see what they did. They started to build up this massive positive delta. It means some aggressive buyers, what they do, they just push the price. Also, you should understand that you could move a price only with market orders. What this stuff means? When you go to depth of market, when you go to a depth of market and footprint, you can see limit orders. For example, below the price, it is limit buys. Above the price, it is limit sells. And to go through, like example for you at this moment, we have here, we have 5 contracts, 10 contracts. To go through it, you must buy them with market order. Without it, price cannot move. Like market orders, it is would really move the price. Limit orders, it is a passive players. We call it passive active, active players. And in some cases, delta could be a signal for potential breakout. That's the most difficult part, that in some cases you use it as an absorption, but in some cases you use it as a breakout. And for that purposes, it's super important to analyze what's going on a bigger scale, on a bigger time frame, because only bigger time frame can show to you what's going on. Because if you can see that price, for example, fixed out of value with significant volume, that's a time when your priority would be to trade breakout. Because if you would see such significant delta absorption here inside of value, with bigger chance your priority would be to come back. Then outside, with bigger chance it would be a trend move. Okay, well, let's do some questions. Let's do some questions.
Let me ask you a question, Yuri, because what I see here is a really like a clear set of strategies. You know, you have something for the ranging markets and also for the breakouts for, you know, like the trend following markets. How did you start? Like, what was your first approach to trading? Because I know it's not always that clear, especially at the beginning. You know, what did you focus on, and what was the moment for you to say, okay, like I'm really specializing now on certain setups in the markets?
Man, I started my path many years ago, and when I started my path, I started on TradingView. I recorded different ideas, plans about forex, crypto, and all other stuff. But I used technical analysis. I used trend lines, key levels, support, resistance, all that garbage. Main problem was that results was always inconsistent. That, for example, I make profit one month, on another month I am red, and I couldn't understand why, because I always try to find out why price move, what's the real reason why price move. And because of that, after all that technical stuff, I discovered order flow. And order flow, it is a real reason why price move. And after that, when I start working with order flow, I also understood that order flow is not so easy stuff, because some people would tell you, okay, those beautiful clusters, you take a trade and easy. No, order flow also important to use in a proper manner, as I showed to you, trend, like context, key zones, and only after that order flow is a confirmation. It always a discovery, because my goal is to grow as a trader, to grow with my volume risk per position, and I understood that I could do it only when I clearly understand how price move. Because without understanding how price move, I won't be able to do it, because I need a clear statistic, why this setup work, why this setup doesn't work, in what cases it work. Without understanding those mechanics, it's impossible. That's why several years ago I started learning order flow. I started with crypto, but honestly, indexes way better, because like on a crypto, you have one difficulty. On a crypto, you have many exchanges. You have Binance, Bybit, OKX, Bitfinex, Coinbase, and different exchange at any moment can make a move, because all other exchanges, they have correlators who move price after one another. In most cases, they use the same market makers, those exchanges, liquidity providers, and it's way harder to analyze altogether 5, 6, 10 exchanges. What's the beauty of Nasdaq? You have one liquidity provider, CME, and you have one footprint, you have one depth of market, and it's way better. That's why, honestly, I enjoy indexes the most. Plus, on a crypto market, you don't have sessions. From one side, it's good when you take long position swings, for example, for a week, month, you keep it and forget. But when you would like to scalp, when volatility are. But in some cases, some coin can make a move on Asia, some coin can move on London, some coin can move on late America. But if you are in Europe, for example, you have European time. And you would like to take trades while working day, because you have family, you would like to go to gym, to live life. Like trading, it is a tool to make our life better. It's not a purpose of our life. And you don't know where volatility would come. And also, the most positive side of indexes, you understand the session start 16:30 my time, and You go and you understand that 1 hour before you came to PC, you make your preparation, and after that, you have a beautiful trading session. In most cases, we trade from 16 o'clock to 19 o'clock, rarely to 20 o'clock my time. And like 3-4 hours and our session. In some cases, my record it was 1 hour, because if you, during first hour I have free take profits, I also close a day. And that's why it's always a desire. It always started with desire to understand how market actually work. And always looking for different software, always looking for different tools, like big, like depth of market. Okay, good. We know that there are depth of market. How to use it? In what cases it work? In what case it doesn't work? It always that process. Because you need sometimes hundreds of trades to understand how you actually use it, because market conditions always change. As you know, there could be range market, but there could be a market that when Trump comes and tell about tariffs, and volatility jumps from 60, 600, 900 ticks per session to 3, 4,000, and you have completely different market. That's why, like, you learn that stuff and you need to test it via different seasons. It's like seasons like summer, winter, spring, autumn. You always experience it differently, and only when you go through it, you understand what to expect in the future.
Sure. Obviously, big part of it is not to give up, especially like when you want to go that deep into the knowledge. I feel this is for you the point where you really, yeah, learned the most, right? To understand where the market moves. I think, Yuri, let's do something, because now is about the time where you would start, for your community to prepare your daily outlook. Should we just simulate it here? Should we
Okay.
should we see what Yuri sees in the market today and what he would tell his community on, how the market could look like? I think that's a
Mm-hmm.
cool thing. Let's do that.
Okay, good. Okay, let's start. As always, we start from a bigger time frame because we need to understand what's going on. I use volume candles because we have completely big difference between session and Asia and London. Let's download 25,000 volume. One candle, it is 25,000 contracts. Before session, it could be up to 3 hours, 3-4 hours. During the session, it could be 15 minutes. Like
Mhm.
I use only volume-based charts on indexes because huge difference between volume during session and other period of time. What's going on? We have globally this significant uptrend. Yesterday, price was in this 2-day composite, and we broke it up. That's why at this moment, my major priority is to look for trend continue. Honestly, right now it's harder because we don't have exactly good key zones close to us. That's why I would take long in what cases. First case, it is of course yesterday value area high for me. It is at this moment local support. Here, in a case of seller's absorption, I would be really happy to take long trade with a target take high or even this trend line. That's why that's the first part of my plan. If price continue, for example, make stop loss hunt and really break a ball, here I would be happy to trade a trending day if it would be a trending day. If price instead of trading day, for example, come to a high and start rotate around volume, I would use it as a range day. That's my priority for today. In what cases I would start thinking about shorts? I would take short only if price makes significant rise and reach, for example, trend line area here, or if price come back into this value and fix below value area high. Here I would use this key area as a resistance for potential short to take those lows. That's my plan for today. The most important to see what would be with opening. Example for you of another plan, how it looks like within our community. CME futures trading plans. It is like on a daily basis. I record nearly the same plans. As I showed to you, I show to people key zones, local confirmations, and after that we take trades. Like this plan, it was short at 23,341. Major goal it is to take swing low, and after that depends if there would be bull trap, we continue downtrend. If not, reversal. That's example for you. That's example for you what actually had happened during this day. Like during this day, price took that high, after that reached key level. Here was beautiful negative delta absorption, and because of that, price, as you can see, came back. Yesterday, I shared a plan to take at value area low long, at value area high short. After that, you can see price broke it. Okay, maybe any other questions?
Yeah, guys, feel free to send the questions in the chat to these scenarios that you just posted. I think it's very great to have these these, if price does this, we do this, right? To have different scenarios, to prepare yourself to wait for these areas, right?
Honestly, it's not all the scenarios. They have super mega practical part. Why they have practical part? Because in scalping, the hardest part it is to make a good preparation. Because what's the hardest part of scalping? For example, what I do in Notion, I often write to myself a plan of a day, and after that I write about trades. In Notion, I do this stuff in Notion. For example, I write today it is Thursday, my mood. After that, for example, game plan. For example, I write to myself trend up with potential range. After that, I write for myself key zones where to take trades. And when I take trades, I take those trades and write about them. Because in scalping, it's so easy to take a lot of trades and what's the most positive side of scalping? You can make really fast money. What's the most negative side of scalping? You can lose fast money. And what's the difference? It is good preparation because you need to get out emotional part of this equation, because when you have too many emotions, it would be difficult. But when you make a preparation that you wait for this key zone, you wait delta absorption in that key zone, good, wait. Yes, you won't have, because of that, you have less trades. You will have 2 trades, 3 trades per session. But believe me, you will enjoy them way more than you will have like 20, 50 trades per session in scalping.
Okay, so you prepare yourself in the way you just mentioned on Notion. Obviously, yeah, journaling is a very important part. So it's kind of your diary of like each and every day. What am I aiming for? What did I do? And what did I learn
Okay.
from it as well, right? That's
like
probably
like this beautiful trending day. That's example for you how a trend day could look like. You have entire day above you up, and during the day your goal is only to look for a trade after some stop to continue. That's only what you would like to do.
nice looking back on these things, huh?
You always start with, as I showed you, environment, key areas. Harder to find key areas when you are in a trend day, because trend could be really big. But in that case, you wait for local ranges to take a trade. And after that, before you take trade, better to write a little bit about it, why you take it, because you will reduce amount of human errors in this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Yuri.
Okay, tell me please
You've
if
taught
there
a
are any
lot.
other questions.
So far, so good. This is the last chance for everyone here to ask the questions that you desire. I think
Okay.
we've learned a lot and it was very specific. Thanks for being so transparent with your trading style, with your strategies, Yuri.
Okay, let me give you your audience last advice. In ATAS, when you connect to DXFeed, because when you on traded pit by challenge, you use DXFeed prop. You use DXFeed data. When you connect it to ATAS, you can do really beautiful stuff. In ATAS, there are a replay. Why is this stuff awesome? Because, for example, you can replay a previous day, and even you can replay with limit orders. And you can test different strategies before you take it. And because of that, you will do less mistakes. My advice to all of you to test it on replay for a start. And after that, go to live account and crush it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like the approach that you've transmitted to us today. Like good preparations, a lot of learnings, the journaling part, and then having a clear strategy. So, guys, if you want to get in contact with Yuri to potentially learn more, to ask him questions, Yuri, where can our people reach you? Where can they get in contact with you?
Contact first. They could follow me on my Instagram. It is our team Instagram. We also do have a YouTube channel. The best one it would be. Let me send to you my Instagram.
And then on TradingView, you are publishing still, right? You still publish your trade ideas and your trades on TradingView?
I do it rarely when I have nothing to do. Like
Okay.
last idea, when I have nothing to do, like this Solana plan. To publish, it's very easy to do. I publish only crypto because um, what's difference in scalping, and you don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Price reach key area, and you could have 2 minutes to take a trade, and that's why I don't publish any scalps. I do sometimes live sessions, that's it. But on crypto, I do like rarely. I record updates where I show people what I potentially think. That's it. But
Awesome.
I do it maybe once, per week, twice per week. Still, the best to speak with me it would be my Instagram, and I sent to you. I sent Instagram.com. Let me send my personal page.
Sure.
Still, the best is to follow me on Instagram. Well, let me show to you my English page.
Awesome. So I will connect the page to this webinar. Yuri, I think it was a very valuable one, very transparent, a lot of information. Guys, I know there are a lot of futures traders with the trading pit out there who still might struggle with finding a strategy, finding the right approach. If scalping is something for you that you've experienced, can be profitable, definitely reach out to Yuri. Thank you for all the information today, for your day, for your time today. And yeah, thanks, Yuri.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Build a strategy, it will make your life way easier. Bye, guys.